on? Thanks for checking out another video. This past weekend, I had the opportunity to shoot some Polaroids, which I haven't done in a while. Also shot some film and some digital for my very, very good friend Phil, who is a model, and we were shooting some brawny-like photos of him set up as a lumberjack. And I actually shot some on the Polaroid now. Now this is not we're not gonna be talking about this today. I'm gonna make another video just about this. I made a Polaroid video that you can check out here a while ago, but that was a while ago and I've gotten a little better at YouTube, so I'm gonna do another one. We took a bunch of really good, fun Polaroids, and it was just a good time. It was a good weekend. But in today's video, I'm going to be talking about film stock that everybody knows about, but I never really shot with, and I've easily fallen in love with, which, controversial statement coming, I almost love more than Portra 400, and that film stock is Portra 160. Portra 160 is just another Kodak professional film. We'll be talking today mostly about 120 film because I shot it on all of these on my Pentax. But 160, Portra 160 is, like I said, another film in the Portra family. This is the professional line of photography film that Kodak makes for professionals. It's super low grain, it's super versatile, and it gives a really good color representation. It's easy to work with, and it's got that nice clean look and low grain structure. So a couple of weeks ago, I shot some headshots for a very, very beautiful, wonderful actress, Jess. You can check out some of them right here. Those were taken on my digital camera because she wanted to have them right away and use them for professional purposes. So I wanted to make sure to give her the best photos possible. And this camera takes incredible photos. But I also did bring my Pentax 6.7 with me and a roll of 160. Well, 2 rolls of 160, and I figured, let me just try it out. But it was a really sunny day and it was really beautiful out. So I figured, well, I have 2 boxes of 160 with me. Let me just take a couple of rolls with me. So in this video, we're gonna do kind of like, we're gonna look at both. I have photos from some rolls of Portra 400 and then some photos from Portra 160, and we're gonna kind of look at them and compare them real quick. So first, let's go into Kodak Portra 400, the king. As we know, everybody loves a Portra 400. I wanna look at some of my favorite photos I've taken in the past month or two on Kodak Portra 400. We're gonna take a look at that, and then we're gonna go dive into 160, which I've really fallen in love with. So first up, I'll show you some of the photos I took on Kodak Portra 400 when I was hanging out with Jess. Those were just some headshots I shot of her on Kodak Portra 400. And we were at Astoria Park, so I kind of walked around the park a little and took a couple of more shots with Portra 400. And it wouldn't be spring in New York if I didn't take some beautiful photos of the blooming orchards we have all around New York City and here in Central Park. So with these photos, we have a good range of portrait photos to sunny day photos to flower photos and to gray day photos, and they all look fantastic. And I'm not saying that I don't love Portra 400. It is a fantastic film. It's great for beginners, it's great for professionals, it's great for hobbyists, but I just, I wanted to try something different, and I had a couple of boxes of 160 laying around. So on the same day I shot those photos of Jess, as we were walking back to my apartment from Astoria Park, I loaded up the roll of 160, and now this is where we're gonna start talking about 160 and why I've slowly started to fall in love with it. These first couple of photos that I'm gonna show you here is what really made me fall in love with it right away, because the colors are so beautiful and so clean and so sharp and so muted. They're like creamy, they look like portrait paintings. And I just immediately fell in love with the photos as soon as I developed them. And then in preparation for this video, I actually had my friend Versace model for me, and I only shot her using 160. And what we did was we walked around Soho and the Lower East Side and just used the city, the graffiti as the backdrops for some photos. And these are some of the best ones that came out. The first one I'm going to show you is by far one of my favorite portraits I've ever taken. We found this like green shrubbery bush. I had her stand in front of it, and the results just speak for themselves. But that's what I'm talking about right there. Those photos look good. They are clean, they are smooth, they are beautiful. That's where I really started to fall in love with it even more. And as the day went on, we walked around, I took more photos of her, and I just love the results we got from them. So those are photos I took with 160. Now the reason I'm really in love with it is because of the low grain structure and the flat pastel colors. I know you get those colors from Portra 400, and I know Portra 400 is still a low grain film, but just something about this film, it's a little bit warmer, it's a little bit more natural, and I just really fell in love with it. So what I want to do right now towards the end of this video is I want to put up a photo of Jess taken on Portra 400 and then a photo of Versace taken on Portra 160, and look at them side by side. Now you can see here that in the photos they are both really, really, really good. There's no denying that they're really good. But look at Versace's real quick. Look at her photo. It's much cleaner, it's much smoother. Not saying that one of Jess isn't clean and smooth, but it's a little bit more saturated, it's a little bit more bright, it's a little bit more, out there. And I just, I think for portraits, you can go with either. I mean, the name Portra means portrait, so you can go with either of them. But 160 to me just gives you a totally different look, and I just absolutely love it. But that's really what I wanted to talk about. I mean, I still love Portra 400. It is still a fantastic film to use. I highly recommend it. Everybody should use it. It's a great, versatile film to use. But remember, there's other versions of Portra out there. You also have Portra 800, which is great for, nighttime and low light situations. But remember, there's Portra 160, and it's just as good, if not maybe just a little bit better than Portra 400. I know that's really, saying a lot, but I really enjoyed it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a little something. I hope maybe now you go out and use Portra 160 yourself and give it a shot. This is a very versatile film. It's fun to use and it's easy to use. So I hope you enjoyed the photos. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please hit that like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and please subscribe. I really appreciate it. But until the next video, stay safe. Remember to just shoot. I'll see you later.